But first, our special guest today is fast becoming almost as famous for her love of gardening than for over 30 million records that she sold worldwide. I'm delighted to be joined by Kim Wilde, and welcome back to Chelsea, Kim.
Oh, the greatest show on earth. I love Chelsea.
We are so lucky, aren't we, to be sitting here in this magnificent garden.
Yeah,
privilege. Being next to you, it's a little bit of deja vu, because we worked together. Now, what was it, late 80s, early 90s in the music industry?
Yeah, I was doing Top of the Pops, and you were doing everything else.
Well,
weren't you?
I was happy to work with you during those times. But what I didn't realise, I was your publicist or your plugger in those days. You had this passion for gardening. Was it on the back burner?
It was on the back burner, really. I mean, I loved the countryside as a small child, and I loved that everyone was growing vegetables and flowers, but it didn't really hit me till I had children, and I wanted to make them a garden, somewhere to grow up in and be as enchanted by as I was as a child growing up.
I mean, it really did change your life, going from this extremely successful pop star and writer to suddenly finding this whole new career. Yeah,
I mean, it was amazing, really. I stepped out of the music and I got into horticulture, really just out of a private passion. Started back in education, went to Capel Manor to study a little bit about plants. And then before I knew it, I was at Chelsea Flower Show doing a little courtyard garden with my co-designer, Richard Lucas.
And winning a gold medal. Can we just say?
Yeah. We did so well.
You did.
It was magical, a really magical time, and it still is. I mean, I've been in the garden. I was in the garden all day yesterday.
Tell us about your garden. What's it like? Paint the picture.
Okay, well, it's there's a wildflower meadow. There is an area where I grow a few vegetables with varying degrees of success. And then I have an area of grasses and late summer flowers like echinacea. And then I have, actually, I'm a bit of an old-fashioned girl, and I love my cottage garden. I absolutely do. Verbascums and delphiniums, lupins, aquilegia. I love it. I just love a cacophony of colour and plants. I love plants.
So what's it like when you're on tour? Because you're doing so many festivals, you're on tour next year. Is it just relaxing to come back, or do you worry who's looking after it while you're away?
Well, my daughter's quite helpful. My son can be a little bit helpful. And just recently I did get involved with getting a gardener back into the garden. I haven't had any help with the garden for quite some time. That's made a big difference, and it's a real luxury. I'd rather have that than a row of expensive handbags. I can tell you that.
I am with you.
Or even shoes. I mean, I'd really rather have someone help me in the garden. But I'm very much in the garden. As soon as I get back from tour or anywhere, that's the first place I go and see what secrets it's going to throw up at me. I mean, you forget what you plant, you forget the bulbs that are going to emerge. You know, you forget what plants do, and it's amazing. You think, oh, I'll remember that. You actually don't, and then they'll surprise you, or like this winter, they'll die on you, which has not been very nice.
We hopefully have all the answers for you here at Chelsea. Yeah. So if you've got a dilemma, what are you going to be looking out for while you go round?
Well, I have a few places in the garden where stuff just died over this winter. The cistus died, the hebe died, the pittosporum. So I'll be looking for something that's easy to look after, because I'm away a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want anything that requires too much intervention.
Well, hopefully we're going to get you lots of lovely answers. So take your time, enjoy the gardens, and see what expert advice you can get in there too. Thank you, Kim.
Oh, real pleasure, Nikki.